This region of Kazakhstan borders with two states, on the east with Russia and China. It hides ancient riddles that still have no answers. According to one of the legends, here you can find the entrance to Shambhala. Hello, this is Terra Incognita. My name is Anton Fedorov, and I came to explore the East Kazakhstan region. Majestic, inaccessible, and always covered with snow and ice, sacred mountain Belukha is located in the East Kazakhstan region. It is the highest point of the Altai Mountains with two peaks, the eastern with a height of 4,509 meters and the western with 4,435 meters. It is called Belukha because the top is covered with the white snow. In 1995, the Belukha region was recognized as a natural park, and in 1997, the mountain was included in the UNESCO World Heritage List among the 5 outstanding natural sites of Altai. Belukha is located on the border of Kazakhstan and Russia, and the peoples of these two countries have been making legends about it for many centuries. This mountain, like a giant, mighty giant, guards the entrance to Shambhala, the sacred, mythical country, which according to legend exists somewhere in Tibet or here in East Kazakhstan. Various legends about Belukha had real stories behind them. This mountain has been the subject of research for many years. It is equidistant from 3 oceans, Pacific, Indian, Arctic. Therefore, it is considered as the center of the Earth. Those 3 tops are an exact projection of the 3 stars of the Orion's belt. That's why, according to the legend, Belukha seems to be in dialogue with the cosmos. Its dazzling white top is a symbol of purity and holiness. Belukha is the mountain of the beginning of Buddhism. If we believe that the spiritual teacher, the founder of Buddhism, Gautama Buddha, came to India from the north, from the Great Mountain, then it turns out it were the Altai Mountains, the sacred Belukha. Mysteries of Belukha and its unimaginable natural beauty attract thousands of tourists, climbers, and artists. The majestic view of the mountain also allows people to begin to feel something special when they are next to the mountain. They say that it is possible to talk to Belukha as it is a living creature, to communicate, to gather some previously unknown knowledge about the world and nature, about a place of man in the universe. The climate near Belukha is harsh. In summer, the day is short and cold, but with rain and snow, it can be freezing. The temperature is around -20 in the summer. In winter, it drops to -40. Constant, though not strong seismic activity makes Belukha dangerous for climbers with its unexpected avalanches. In ancient times, people living in the Altai believed that this way the holy mountain punishes those who carelessly approached it too closely. Belukha is still covered with many different mysteries and legends that we still have to learn. Well, I'm continuing my journey through the East Kazakhstan region, and I would like to tell you more about the main city of the region.
Административный центр Восточно-Казахстан.
The administrative center of the East Kazakhstan region is the city of Ust-Kamenogorsk. It was founded in 1720 as a fortress that protects the eastern frontiers. The city appeared at the confluence of two rivers, Irtysh and Ulba. Today it is one of the most developed industrial centers of Kazakhstan. In 1868, Ust-Kamenogorsk received the status of a city. The development of trade began, the harbor was built, as well as industrial enterprises for processing agricultural raw materials. Gradually, food and light industry enterprises were established in the city. A railway was built, and during World War II, heavy industry started to develop. The eternal flame is burning on the embankment of Ust-Kamenogorsk in honor of the heroes of the war. The East Kazakhstan region sent 91,000 people to war, and more than half of them did not return home. The East Kazakhstan region is the third among the regions of Kazakhstan by the territory. Its area could accommodate 2 Great Britons, or, for example, 2 Greeces or 8 Belgiums. But the main wealth of this region is its nature, and I'm inviting you to visit one of the most picturesque places of East Kazakhstan. East Kazakhstan region is one of the most beautiful regions of Kazakhstan, where you can relax at any time of the year. In this region, there are 24 nature conservation zones of national importance, covering an area of more than 1.5 million hectares. Here, over 600 historical monuments that keep ancient legends and secrets were preserved. I will tell you about some of them a bit later. But for now, we'll talk about why the East Kazakhstan region is so attractive for tourists today.
Итак, я в Алтайских Альпах. Фантастически красиво.
So, I'm in the Altai Alps. Fantastically beautiful place. The weather is amazing, and I'm climbing to those tops. We can see the tourists enjoy the local beauty.
Туристы наслаждаются здешними красотами. Здравствуйте.
Hello. Beautiful fall in East Kazakhstan.
Прекрасная осень в Восточном Казахстане. Говорят, сверху.
They say the view from the top is fantastic. Now we will see it.
Природа Восточно-Казахстанской области...
The nature of the East Kazakhstan region is diverse and unique. There are deserts, steppes and forests, but the brightest place of the region is, of course, the Altai Mountains. The tourist season here lasts all year round. In the summer, tourists come here to swim in the cool mountain lakes. In the winter, they ski, and even in the spring, there are plenty of entertainment options for people. The view from here is stunning. By its beauty, the nature of East Kazakhstan is no worse than the famous Swiss Alps. Just 10 minutes in a cable car and you are at the top, where the earth borders with the sky. A lot of tourists come to East Kazakhstan to enjoy the local beauty and just take a walk in the mountains. For lovers of hiking, there are many tourist routes of various difficulty levels. Sometimes it can take up to 7 days, since the territory of this region is so extensive that it is impossible to see all of it in a couple of days. But I decided to save time and enjoy these amazing landscapes using the ATV. The territory of the Kazakhstan Altai, due to its unique landscape and biodiversity, is included in 200 priority global ecological regions defined by the Living Planet International Organization. For several years, the level of tourism in the East Kazakhstan region has increased significantly. It affects the investment attractiveness of the region. The work on the improvement of local territories goes on constantly, and tourism has become a significant source of income in the regional budget.
The
East Kazakhstan region is a region with a huge tourist potential. Today, modern resorts, motels, and recreation centers have been built here. And now, on this side, people are working on constructing a new ski slope. In winter, with the first snow, there will be first tourists, lovers of skiing and snowboarding. The development of tourism for the East Kazakhstan region is one of the priorities for the entire region and takes place in close partnership between the state and the private sector of entrepreneurship. Meet businessman Alexander Chilikin. He was born and raised here in East Kazakhstan and is now actively engaged in the development of tourism. He manages several resort areas where he has been creating conditions for tourists for 15 years, and those people are not only from Kazakhstan but also from neighboring countries.
Да, вот мы сразу видим, как туризм развивается, да? Вот такая у нас рыба здесь водится. Так что вот, пожалуйста, приезжайте.
We immediately see how tourism is developing, right? We have fish here, so you're welcome. Come and see how tourism is developing. First, I was born here. It was in 1963, 55 years ago. I started earning money, and then I began to think where to invest the money. Nature, of course, is amazing. But then, there was no service at all. That is how we launched the Emerald in 2000. You see what kind of service has appeared here. Me and my parents used to go out of the city all the time. Mushrooms and berries were grown everywhere. Then the summer houses were not very popular. If we needed berries, we used to just go and get them. Altai will develop. Now global warming is underway. We have a long ski season. Summer is not so hot, with more rains. And there are all conditions for the development of tourism. There is hot summer, there is winter, which has become not as cold as it used to be. There is snow, there are mountains, there's everything.
Вот. И, в принципе, для развития туризма есть все условия. Есть лето, жаркое, хорошее. Есть зима, которая стала не такая холодной, как была раньше. Есть снег, и есть горы, есть все.
Since Soviet times, the East Kazakhstan region has been a health resort where people from all over the USSR used to come for the treatment. Since then, the tourist infrastructure has been gradually developing here. which still cannot be compared to the world level, but easily covers the needs of domestic tourism with its beautiful places and inexpensive prices in ski resorts and summer recreation areas.
Значит, рыбалка, пожалуйста. Вот, санаторно-курортное лечение, пантовые ванны, йодобромные.
The fishing is available here. Spa treatment, antler baths, iodine, bromine baths. The list of types of baths is long, different types of physiotherapy. And the most important thing is, of course, fresh air. Smells of fir in the Altai Alps, pines, they are indescribable, and there's everything for the good rest. In winter, there is a ski base, which has a sanatorium. There are a lot of different slopes, 4 cableways. What else is needed? But all of this gives a true joy. I'm outside all the time, breathing a fresh air. I'm almost 55 years old. Probably not everyone would guess my age. I'm satisfied with my life.
Сам часто бываю на воздухе, что мне 55 лет, наверное, не все скажут. В принципе, да, я доволен жизнью.
Восточно-казахстанская область богата горными пастбищами.
The East Kazakhstan region is rich in mountain pastures where Altai deer graze in environmentally clean conditions. Horns of these animals, velvet antlers, are used in Eastern medicine for the past 2,000 years as they rejuvenate and strengthen the body. Velvet Antlers treatment is a brand of East Kazakhstan. Every year, hundreds of people go to this region for the treatment and improve their immunity for the whole year. Antler baths are considered a powerful treatment for radiculitis, stomach ulcers, atherosclerosis, rheumatism, dystonia, and many other diseases, and generally has positive effect on the whole body.
Люди, которые вот ездят на пантогематогены принимают, они говорят так, что пройдя курс пантогематогена...
People who come here, they say that for the whole year they do not get cold. They have a very high body tone. They become less stressful, resilient, and cheerful, which is all we need.
Жизнерадостными, что нам всем как бы и надо.
Velvet treatment is an invention of Oriental medicine, which exists today in almost original form. The highest achievement of ancient and medieval traditional healers of the Asian region is the traditional system of Indo-Tibetan medicine, which incorporates the best knowledge and traditions of doctors of different nations. Many centuries ago, people who had the gift of healing considered antlers as a way to extend life. And recently, it was experimentally proved that medicine made young horns of red deer slow aging. The unique abilities of antlers to stimulate and maintain masculine power for the first time in Russia were noted by Peter I. Due to his effort, deer farms for preparing medicinal drugs appeared in the country.
Одним из самых эффективных способов лечения являются пантогематология.
One of the most effective treatments is special baths. They are prepared in various ways, including using concentrated powders of velvet. But the most effective are baths made from real horns and have a very positive effect on the human body.
Имеет очень положительный эффект для организма человека.
In 2000, modern scientists of various specialties implemented the technology for the production of a unique concentrate from the blood of the deer horns and obtain a preparation in the form of a powder that has the biological activity. With the advent of such drugs, velvet treatment has become available at any time of the year, and not only during the period of cotton antlers. However, this medical procedure is not the only treatment used in sanatorium in East Kazakhstan. Visiting Fido barrels is also popular among tourists. A person can boost his or her immunity and get the vital energy.
Процедура фитобочки заключается в следующем.
Within the procedure of the Fido barrel, the human body goes under steam, as a result of which the pores are cleaned the natural way, and natural essential oils added to steam nourish the body.
Организм полезными веществами.
I admit, I'm glad I went through these two procedures. Then I head a long way to one of the most amazing places of the East Kazakhstan region.
Я приехал к месту, которое называется...
I arrived at a place called Akbauer. It is an ancient Neolithic complex. This place is called Kazakhstan's Stonehenge because of the ancient observatory, cave paintings, and petroglyphs dated to about 4,000 years old.
Примерно 4000 лет.
Indeed, there is something mystical in this place. From the first minutes, it seemed like the place was challenging our film crew, not allowing going higher in those cliffs. According to scientists, ancient rituals were held at this place. It is hard to say what exactly the meaning is, but this place is clearly not very happy to see us. A strong wind just appeared and torrential rain may start. It feels like the ancient forces are hindering the shooting.
Препятствуют проведению съемок.
However, after some time, the weather got better. The freezing winds stopped, and we were able to continue shooting. There aren't a lot of written mentions of the Stone Age observatory, but the sources with the description of this place date back to the end of the 9th and the beginning of the 10th centuries. The systemic study of the Akbauer began in the 80s of the last century, which helped scientists to make several hypotheses about the origin and purpose of this place.
А сейчас я вам покажу нечто удивительное.
And now I will show you something amazing and inexplicable. Pay attention to the deformation of the stone, as if some superhuman left an imprint of his foot here. But how big and how strong this creature should be to deform such a huge boulder like that. Indeed, inexplicable and surprising phenomenon.
И удивительное явление. Многие культуры древности с особым почтением относились.
Many cultures of antiquity were especially respectful to the mountains. People believe that gods dwell on the heights. Mention of the sacred mountains can be found among different nations. For example, Mount Olympus in ancient Greek mythology, or Ararat in the epics of the peoples of the Caucasus, or the mountains of Tibet, or Fujiyama in Japan. The same thing here. Scientists assume that some magical rituals happened in this place, and perhaps even the first forms of religion appeared here. Mountains have always symbolized the center of the world, the place of contact between heaven and earth, eternity and inspiration to the heights of the universe. It seems that people who lived here several thousand years ago considered Akbauer as a sacred place and attached special importance to it. The area of this temple complex is several hundred hectares. One side of the slopes of these rocks have grotto, which preserved ancient drawings and letters. To get to it, you need to climb up to 5-6 steps, that is, to make the ascent into the upper world. I admit that the ascent route, though small, is still difficult. In the cool time of the year, these not very hospitable rocks are covered with a thin layer of ice, so I have to be extremely careful not to slip and not fall down.
Обратите внимание, на интересную форму.
Pay attention to the interesting shape of this stone hole. It resembles a human heart. Who knows, maybe someone in antiquity left a love message here.
Кто-то в древности оставил здесь любовное послание.
And yet, if we talk about the purpose of Akbaur, then, according to most researchers, this place was used as an ancient observatory. The form of this grotto resembles a yurt, the traditional dwelling of nomads. This indicates the proximity of the two cultures, one that existed here 4,000 years ago, and modern one. The natural aperture of the roof of the heart-shaped cave has signs of processing. Perhaps it was corrected by a man who made a peculiar reference point for fixing the movement of the main constellations of the night sky.
До наших дней на Акбауре сохранилось...
To this day, about 80 rock paintings have been preserved on Akbaur. The ancient people depicted themselves, their homes, carts, animals, and also used only known signs and symbols. They mostly used ancient paint created from plants, sienna or animal blood. Therefore, the images have a slightly reddish tint. When scientists began to study these drawings, their opinions about the origin and content of petroglyphs were different. Some researchers assumed that the ancient people tried to show the history that way. For example, images of domestic animals show cattle breeding, which the ancient tribes began to master. Cards show the long wanderings of the ancient peoples. Other scientists give these letters a more mystical meaning. They believe that these images are a copy of the starry sky and point the way the salvation of peoples in the Ice Age. Some researchers generally believe that these characters show the coming of aliens.
Вот это место служило древней обсерваторией.
This place served as an ancient observatory. It was an observation post. If you look closely, then the top of the stone clearly coincides with the top of that mountain and indicates the direction of the polar star. The top of that mountain marked the west. This peak showed the direction to the east. 4,000 years ago, the people who lived here already knew what astronomy was.
Уже знали, что такое астрономия. Ученые утверждают, что сохранившиеся на Акбауре
Scientists believe that the images preserved on Akbaur are a map, a certain route along which the ancient tribes were guided. Using these images, people could navigate the terrain and search for new land for settlements.
новые земли для поселений.
The dispute of researchers that the paintings of this temple complex are a map of the starry sky or convey the path for salvation of mankind is very interesting. It confirms the uniqueness of Akbaur, one of the brightest and most mysterious cultural monuments of the past in Rudny, Altai. Maybe in the near future, we or our descendants will be able to solve the riddle of these ancient petroglyphs and read the message that our ancestors left here 4,000 years ago.
Мое путешествие по восточному...
My journey through the East Kazakhstan region is over. I'm very impressed with the region, with its natural beauty and interesting history. And I hope that this marvelous, beautiful place will be known not only in Kazakhstan, but throughout the world. This was Terra Incognita. My name is Anton Fyodorov, and I'll see you in the next episodes.